we'd like to make sure that people are able to come in and celebrate your life.
A funeral is not for the person who's died, it's actually for the living to be able to move forward and to celebrate the life that was lived.
I think for families who say that they don't want to have anything or any type of visitation or service, what I would say to that is you really don't fully understand how many lives your loved one has touched unless you are given the opportunity to really meet with your community and allow them to come in and express how your loved one has touched their lives.
Giving people the opportunity to come to the funeral home or whatever place is appropriate, to celebrate the life that was lived, people can come there, express their condolences. It's not necessarily easier, but at the time of the death, it makes it easier for the family because you might be in the frame of mind to know that that's what you're there to deal with.
I've always said that we look after 600 families a year, but if each one of those families had 500 friends, this funeral home would look after 300,000 people coming through their doors a year. And for me, it's a community place where people can come, and it's a safe place for them to be able to express themselves and grieve and get support and understand that people really do care about them.
When a family says that they don't want a service, probably the most compassionate thing that they could do is reach out to the community around them. I know with pre-planning, there's a lot of people that come in and say, people should come and visit me when I'm alive and not when I'm dead. But taking the time out of their schedules when a death has occurred is very supportive for the family and encouraging and letting the family know how you touched their lives throughout, whether it be through work or your extracurriculars. You've really made an impact on the community around you, and having that support from the community is very important to the family. So there's a variety of options that we can look at with catering, the portraits, candles, we can help with the flowers.
Something else that the Dignity Memorial Funeral Homes offer to our communities are the Dignity Guidance Series, and that's formally called our Grief Management Library. It comes with DVDs, pamphlets and books on the stages of grief and really what to expect and what happens at a time of death, and also how to explain death to, say, young children, toddlers, things like that. It's a very useful guide for your community.
It makes good sense. People make good decisions prior to. They can think about things. They can go home and discuss it with their family. It's not just about making it easier for the family, because sometimes what we'll find is someone will come in and say, I just want the basic because I want to make it easier for my family. But then find out down the road that they've come back and said, I've talked to my loved ones, I've talked to my children, and they don't feel that it's going to be easier for them to not have anything. So somewhere in the middle usually works out, and we're very aware that it's important to have a time to gather, and it's important to have a time to have closure.
It doesn't have to be like it was 30 and 40 years ago, where everything was kind of cookie cutter and everyone did everything the same way. It's so important. You hear the term often, celebrating a life, and truly that's what it is. We want to make sure that people have those options presented to them and they don't feel like they have to just do things one particular way.
When you have a venue set aside, such as the funeral home or a hall or a church, and you have a place that people can come and actually pay their final respects, not only does it make it easier for yourself to move forward, but the public needs a place to be able to grieve the loss too, because it's not only the family that is grieving the loss. There's a place set aside for everyone who needs to say goodbye to that person, and it gives everybody closure.